Pranam sir. Am I audible? Sir, please confirm, am I audible?
Yes, Sam. Yeah, you're
Okay.
audible.
Okay, thank you so much. Simran, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Shall we start?
Yes, we can start.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. A pleasant evening to sir and all the members present over here. I, Simran Samantre, welcome you all on behalf of Diya Delhi for today's Anthropology Optional session with our respected and highly esteemed faculty, Vijaya Sarathy Sir. My dear friends, I would like to give a brief introduction about him. Vijay Sir has completed his bachelor's in botany, zoology, chemistry, and master's in anthropology. Sir has written UPSC Civil Service Examination mains 3 times with anthropology as one of the optional subjects. He has the teaching experience of 24 years in this field. Not only that, he has 10 years plus experience in anthropology optional subject, as Sir is the senior faculty member in various reputed coaching institutions like Unacademy, Career IAS, Narayana IAS Academy, and many more. Vijay Sir has also been awarded as Power Solver Award by Unacademy. A warm and hearty welcome to you, sir, in this platform. Before starting the class, I would like to say one quote, which is, "It takes a lot of courage to push through hard times. Never give up because good things are coming on your way." Now, without any further delay, I would like to request sir to please further proceed the class. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Simran. It was a pleasure for me this evening joining in this esteemed organization, and I would like to share my experience and all in the coming classes. But before going to have this detailed journey with you, we'll have an orientation session today, giving you a brief idea of the entire optional anthropology subject for the civil services exam. You all know it carries 500 marks. It has 2 papers. Okay, I'll be sharing the screen also with you guys in a while, and we will today discuss about the basic questions that every student has in his or her mind as to what is anthropology, how anthropology is a good optional, whether it is a scoring subject or not. And several other related questions, why it has become popular subjects, and what is the nature of the questions in this exam, and whether any student can from any background can join this, or only biology students can opt to this. ऐसा कई सवाल आते हैं, उनको मैं address करना चाहूँगा in the initial class of about 45 to 50 minutes. Then आपको मौका दिया जाएगा, आप प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं, आपके सवाल या queries जो भी हो, basic silly doubts, and yeah, definitely we'll also work on that, right? We'll also talk on that. In fact, there are no changes in this year's paper. मैं बताता हूँ क्या change है या क्या है nature of that. We will throw light on that as well. ठीक है? अभी देखते हैं इसके बारे में, एक सेकंड. Right? So I call this entire session, in fact, right? This is a strategy for 2024. You can call it as a strategy session, orientation session, कुछ भी हम लोग नाम रख सकते हैं इसका, लेकिन बेसिक आइडिया क्या है, मेरे ट्रीटमेंट में सब्जेक्ट का ट्रीटमेंट होता है एक स्टोरी के तौर पे, ठीक है जी. इसलिए मैं इसका नाम दिया हूँ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी द स्टोरी ऑफ मैनकाइंड. आप कई लोग आपका बेसिक आइडिया होगा व्हाट इज एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, ठीक है. सो एंथ्रोपोलॉजी इज बेसिकली द स्टडी ऑफ मैन. हम लोग इसको बेसिकली बोलते हैं द स्टडी ऑफ मैन और साइंस ऑफ मैन और मैनकाइंड और ह्यूमन काइंड, कोई भी नाम दे दो आप. स्टडी ऑफ मैनकाइंड बोल सकते हो या स्टोरी ऑफ मैनकाइंड बोल सकते हो, या कई नाम दे सकते हैं. स्टडी ऑफ मैन बोल सकते हैं, स्टडी ऑफ ह्यूमंस बोल सकते हैं, बिकॉज मेल फीमेल बोथ आर नाउ डूइंग वंडरफुली वेल इन दिस प्लैनेट्स. And what exactly, the next question is, what exactly is this study? ये study मतलब आप और एक सवाल पूछ सकते हैं, ये एंथ्रोपोस और लोगोस दोनों का ग्रीक वर्ड्स का सम्मेलन होता है ना, so that will go and become anthropology. Then we are saying it studies human beings. Then the next question I was saying, don't the other subjects also study humans, है ना? So economics ले लो आप, economics आपका जो GS का सब्जेक्ट है वो भी स्टडी करता है humans को. Economics also studies humans. मेरा एक basic style है, I'll be raising so many questions. I'll be making the classes very interactive, and I'll be giving chance for everyone to raise their questions at the end of the session. Usually at the beginning of the session and the end of the session or before a break. ऐसा एक मौका दिया जाएगा, सब लोग आपस में बात कर सकते हैं. You can even raise your questions in the chat box also. Like that, we will be raising these questions, whether economics also studies human beings or not. Yes, answer is yes. History also studies, engineering also studies, medicine also studies. Every subject studies human beings. Then इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है, right? So anthropology भी study करता है आदमी को. इसको मानव शास्त्र बोलते हैं हिंदी में. ये ऐसा एक जबरदस्त तरीका का एक सब्जेक्ट है एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, जो या आप लोगों ने सही जवाब दिया, ह्यूमन एवोल्यूशन, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, these are all wonderful, but these study humans only from some narrow perspective. एक या दो एंगल से ही स्टडी करते हैं. Only anthropology studies humans in a 360-degree manner. So why it is such a beautiful subject? Because it studies humans from a 360-degree viewpoint. No other optional subject or discipline studies humans in this 100% holistic manner. मैं दावे के साथ कह सकता हूँ, and any student who develops certain basic understanding of the subject after about 1 month or so, minimum 1 महीना तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ दावे के साथ, 1 महीना आप इसके अंदर आ जाए, एक बार आपको 360 degrees का पता चल जाएगा. Because we study humans in their, rightly said, some of you have said, in their biological understanding. ठीक है? So एक तो biology हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, then हम लोग पढ़ते हैं society, human society, like marriage, what is human marriage, etc. आप देखो, today morning itself we have got a news from the Supreme Court's judgment about the same-sex marriages, right? And like this, society angles will be studying family, marriage, kinship, and their political organizations, religion. ऐसे कई सब जबरदस्त चीजें हम लोग देखते हैं. Then human culture होता है. Culture मतलब language, food, their practices, cultural practices, like for example worship of some nature worship को लेके भी some certain communities are very peculiar. So we will go into this subjects with this open mind, with this kind of perspective where we want to touch the humans from all the angles. ये एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का एक बेसिक फंडा भी है, बेसिक फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल है कि every anthropologist must study his or her, I mean the society he or she is studying from a 360-degree angle. That is a basic thumb rule. So when we do like this, naturally we develop a holistic perspective. Correct? Holistic perspective है कि नहीं, जरूरी है कि नहीं? अगर ये क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए तो आंसर इज 100% yes. Today the world is plaguing with so many problems. It is seeing so many challenges like wars, terrorism, communalism, casteism, then racism, then so many problems, regionalism, and many of these problems come up regularly. They show their ugly face sometimes, leading to violence, ethnic violence, wars. Yes, and anthropology, अगर आप पूछ सकते हैं एंथ्रोपोलॉजी को पढ़ के क्या मिलेगा, मैं फिर से दोहराता हूँ, एंथ्रोपोलॉजी इज द ओनली सब्जेक्ट after studying humans in 360 degrees, is in a better position, excellent position to give these solutions to the mankind, to come out of these problems. Yeah, ये तो पक्का बात है कि ये it will take some time. It will take a holistic viewpoint. To study a society 360 degree, you need time. So to study a problem, to study a situation, you need some time. So anthropologists are always there to give long-term solutions. Short-term solutions are taken care of by the governments, right? Administrators. कल के दिन आप IAS officer बनने के बाद generally without anthropology एक तरह का solution देते हैं, आप immediate solution देते हैं, at the most medium term solution देते हैं, लेकिन long term solution देने के लिए आपके पास उतना why I'm trying to say उतना आपका knowledge नहीं रहेगा. But when you study anthropology, you will develop that holistic perspective of human life, that you will be serving as a better administrator. Ordinary administrator, better administrator. Ordinary administrator is the one without anthropology knowledge. Better administrator or best administrator can come into the picture only with anthropological knowledge. इसको ये मेरा basic आपका introduction है. And why I'm saying story of mankind, because you will only understand this title of the story only you after you take this journey for some time. ठीक है, एक पन्ना हम लोग निकालते जाते हैं स्टोरी में. I am not very strong in Hindi. मैं ट्राई करता हूँ. एक पहलू शायद it is पहलू. एक पन्ना एक पहलू हम उसके आगे जाते रहते हैं. Then we'll be discovering so many new extraordinary ideas. And you'll also become a walking anthropologist on the field. आप daily आप पढ़ते जाते हो, आप सफर कर रहे हो कहीं पे, आपको फिर when you go and meet your parents and when you go some places, when you study your own friends, the things which are happening in the society, everything you start, putting the anthropological perspective, then looking at the reality through that, you'll find the society a new society. You'll find the same people in a different perspective. That I can guarantee. Initially, only the story of mankind will rekindle a new sense of hope and new sense of understanding of ourselves better. Now, to sum this basic idea, what is exactly anthropology? The study of humankind. Humankind means we study ourselves. We study our own family better. We study our own marriage systems better. We study our own caste system better, religion better, our parents better, our friends better, our neighbors better, our colleagues better. So why it is so? Because we study ourselves. We study ourselves. First we study ourselves. Then this study will lead to, the position where we understand ourselves better. It is not nothing. You may be surprised, sir. इसमें understand करने की क्या बात है? हमको, don't we think that we know about ourselves, right? I say, without anthropological knowledge, no, it's not possible. 100% we don't understand ourselves better. We don't know what kind of capabilities we have. We don't know about our ancestors perfectly. Now, anthropology offers this platform, right? To understand ourselves better. The word is better every time, not first time. We are not doing this first time. So we study ourselves better. It will lead to a position where we understand ourselves better. ठीक है, और आगे जाते हैं. Now we will be addressing these questions. One is, what is anthropology? We have just touched upon this question right now. How and why anthropology is a popular optional? Why Vijaya Sarathy? Why me in this perspective? And your queries in the last, as I was telling you. Okay, one by one we'll be going forward in this discussion. First of all, I have raised this question. I've tried to say what exactly is anthropology in a nutshell. I said anthropology is a study of human beings. It studies mankind in a 360-degree manner. And also anthropology is a story of mankind. To put in a beautiful perspective, coming out of the regular academic kind of study, we would be taking it as a journey of a story, journey of a mankind, story of the mankind. ऐसा करके हम लोग जाते हैं, तो हमारा ऊपर जो burden होता है ना, it will be it will be not even a burden, not at all a burden. It will be very, very light. We'll be studying the subjects in such a fashion that it is our day-to-day life. आपके आंखों के सामने हमारा day-to-day life दिखेगा, 100% दिखेगा. इसीलिए मैंने उसका टाइटल रखा है Anthropology, the Story of Mankind. ठीक है. और अगर और उसके बारे में बात करें तो क्या बोला जा सकता है? Science of man in its totality. Man in his totality. What is the other word of totality? Just now I mentioned. Totality का मतलब क्या है? Again, 360 degrees. Holistic discipline, holistic study. It can even mean, as I said, or क्या बोलते हैं ना उसको? Complete 360 degree discipline. And if you go further, there are some earliest examples from the 17th century, 1655. An anonymous book was published. This book was titled Anthropology Abstract. And this book defined anthropology as history of man, human soul, and human body, human biology. Right? And R.R. Marett also has given. There is one scholar called R.R. Marett. This man has defined anthropology as a, I'm writing A for anthropology. Okay? Anthropology is the child of Darwin. How many of you have heard about Darwin? I hope every one of us. In fact, all of us might have compulsorily heard about this man. We studied about this man called Darwin in our high school, right? High school biology में आते हैं. High school biology में कहाँ आते हैं? In the theory of organic evolution. And this British scholar R.R. Marett has said anthropology as a child of Darwin. ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है? Child of Darwin, is it a real child or what? Is this man crazy? No, in fact, he's 100% right. Anthropology is a child of Darwin. Why? Because from Darwin's, after the publication of an extraordinary book, after the publication of a great book called Origin of Species in the year 1859, a sudden spurt, a sudden growth has started happening in the field of anthropology. In fact, anthropology took another shape and sudden dimension after the publication of this book in 1859. So you can say the age of anthropology is roughly about 150 years or so. It's a very, very new discipline when compared with other disciplines. बहुत young discipline है. So इसके बारे में और जानते हैं हम लोग आगे चल के क्यों ऐसा बोला उन्होंने, and what are the the contributions Darwin has given to the world. Is Darwin also relevant in anthropology? We will definitely read about this man, Charles Darwin, in our one of the chapter. Okay, human evolution and emergence of man करके एक topic है 1.4 in our syllabus. There we will study about this man. Right. Further we'll go forward, and the same question I'm continuing. What is anthropology? Out of all the sciences which study various aspects of man, anthropology is the one which comes nearest to being a total study of mankind. According to a scholar called Clyde Clochon, this man has defined it comes nearest to become a total, to be called as a total study of man. Out of all the sciences, क्यों अभी मैंने आंसर बताया, अभी बताया, राइट? क्यों इसको बोला जाता है कि total sciences, total study of mankind? Because only anthropologists have got that patience and time to study the humanity in totality, their family patterns, marriage. अगर सिलेबस भी आप किसी के पास है तो देख सकते हो, पूरा सिलेबस हम लोग को बार बार दोहराता हूँ. I'll be making you very well adept in the syllabus also, because unless you have the syllabus in hand and while the class is going on, if you're not having class syllabus in your hand, you feel like you are shooting in the dark. बहुत बच्चों का ऐसे होता है, because it is not good practice actually to study without the syllabus in hand. But in our classes, every day I make it a point that you carry the syllabus copy with you. Hard copy, printed copy आपके बगल में होनी चाहिए. And every time I'll be pointing out to look, this is the chapter, this is the chapter number, this is paper 1, this is paper 2, this has got the application here. ये chapter में आया, अभी बोला ना 1.4 paper 1 Charles Darwin. There the name is also mentioned. 1.4 pre-Darwinian, Darwinian and post-Darwinian theories करके एक है. So we will study everything in detail, 360 degree. So the anthropologists have got this patience to study the humanity for a longer time. Take a one society at a time. Study that society 360 degrees. इसीलिए क्लाइड क्लोखोन ने ऐसा दोहराया. Anthropology is a study of man and his works. Herskovits. There is also this great scholar called Herskovits who said like this. Again, you see, study of man. And what? His works. आदमी और उसके कारनामे, उसके काम काज, all that. Because if man has just continued like that, imagine, we'll go back to nearly 4 million years ago. 40 million years ago, sorry, 40 lakh years ago, पीछे चले जाते. Africa में human ancestors were living, right? These people started the journey. Again, after about 20 lakh years or 2 million साल के बाद होता है some beautiful step, extraordinary step. What is that step? Humans start making stone tools. ऐसा एक स्टोन, एक हाथ में एक स्टोन को लेके और एक स्टोन से उसको काट, ऐसा मारना. मारे तो जो भी गिरता है ना, इसको छोड़ के this whatever piece is left, that was used as a first tool. That means right from this 2 million years story, we'll be covering the maximum angle from this. Kitna ho sake utna. We can't go into every science and every discipline, but what exactly this man is trying to say, Herskovits, उसका क्या उद्देश्य है, क्या बोलना चाह रहे हो? What do you mean by his works? We understand that yes, we are anthropology students. Herskovits was trying to talk about human cultural evolution right from the stone tools he has made 2 million years ago, and later on everywhere, at every juncture, humans went on discovering one after the other. Next major discovery was fire. Another discovery was clothing. Another discovery was the wheel. Potter, एक wheel अभी आपको मालूम है ना? Now you know this wheel. The wheel ऐसा चल रहा है. लेकिन earliest wheel, you will be shocked actually. The wheel was like this. Wheel was made to, make pottery. Wheel was used to make pottery. पता नहीं कहीं से एक एक्सीडेंट में ऐसा ही, मतलब ऐसे by coincidence किसी ने देख लिया, and that wheel was running like this. ऐसा ही उसको उठाने का कोशिश कर रहा था शायद, और भाई गलती से उससे स्लिप हो गया और व्हील ऐसा करने गया. Suddenly this fellow has got the bulb on. बल्ब जल गया उसका दिमाग. Then why don't I use this another wheel, और 2 wheel को ऐसा किया जाए, बीच में एक पटरी डालें, या उसको पता नहीं क्या बोलते हैं उसको, पट्टी या रॉड. Then we can use it for transports. See the beauty how humans have started evolving step by step. But these steps have been very, very long, my dear friends. Initially, the first step was extraordinarily long. Later, the steps were taken at a faster pace. धीरे धीरे एक करके आदमी जो है ना स्ट्रांग होता गया, एक चीज को डिस्कवर करते गया, इन्वेंट किया करते गया. Then all this, whatever he has made, are his works, right? Don't you see the beauty of this definition? Man and his works. जो भी आदमी क्रिएट किया है उसी को एंथ्रोपोलॉजी स्टडी करता है. टूल्स को स्टडी करता है. अब सिलेबस भी देख सकते हैं आप. स्टोन टूल्स, बोन टूल्स, then fire, clothing, pottery, and then other activities like paintings. We'll be studying prehistory also. एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का एक हिस्सा है आर्कियोलॉजी. वहां के उसके अंदर हम लोग ये भी स्टडी करते हैं. and his works. Anthropology is both a humanity and a science. according to Erickson, both a humanity as well as a science. Why? Because anthropology is also called as a social science. This is a science which studies society like a science. Because for anthropologists, everything is like they have to study society also, human society also, and they just cannot study it like casually. They have to study it in a scientific manner, in a very detailed manner, in a professional manner, scientific manner. So that's the reason it is called as a social science. ये भी clear है हमारे लिए. And now we'll come to the next question. Why anthropology has become a popular optional since so many years? Since when I wrote the mains also, तब भी popular था. जबरदस्त तरीके से लोग उसके पीछे भागते थे. क्यों? This was when they were filling up the application, when we were also discussing. ये सब्जेक्ट हम लोग एक बार देख के शॉक हो गए थे. ये क्या है? एंथ्रोपोलॉजी. वाओ, ये हमने कभी सुना नहीं. It was never taught in the schools. It was never seen in anywhere. हमको तो नहीं मालूम. We were only talking about engineering and medicine and all that, commerce. History यही मालूम था हमको. कोई कहीं और नहीं मालूम था. So it offered a fresh break for us. Many of the students will not believe, right? Of course, in fact, even आपके अंदर भी बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग होंगे जो इसको देखने का ट्राई करते, चखेंगे इसको, एक बार चख के देखेंगे इसका मजा क्या. And yeah, no doubt it is also becoming popular. Many toppers have come from this. Marks are also coming nice, looking like limited syllabus बोल रहे थे. ये सब हमने कहीं भी और भी सुने थे. टॉपर्स का इंटरव्यूज देखे थे हमने, वहां पर भी यही बोला गया. Yes, 100%, my dear friends. Whatever you have heard is absolutely right. All these points you might have heard already. Nature of questions are direct. I want to showcase with examples. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Correct. Okay. And limited and diverse syllabus. एक तो है limited है और diverse भी है. Diverse मतलब आप बोर नहीं होगे. एक आप पढ़ोगे, बायोलॉजी पढ़ोगे, कुछ देर के बाद आप एंटर करोगे आर्कियोलॉजी में. आर्कियोलॉजी मतलब ये स्टोन टूल्स, बोन टूल्स से बोल रहा था ना मैं, पेंटिंग्स, ये सब जबरदस्त तरीके से आपको पेश किया जाएगा. इट इज नॉट लाइक, and in fact if you study on your own, I'm guaranteeing you, some of you might have already tried this, right? The moment you open archaeology, अब बायो या कुछ और भी पढ़े होंगे, लेकिन आर्कियोलॉजी ओपन करते करते उसको साइड में रख देते. And if you go on your own, it will look like the most boring subjects. But I will make it like tantalizing subject. It's most interesting stuff because we are going and touching our roots, my dear friends. वहां पे जाके हम लोग उसका असली मजा चखते हैं. Biology, archaeology. Then we'll also talk about, the thought, anthropological theories. There are beautiful ideas called theories, and in fact, highly scoring areas. These are all 3 areas. The 3 areas I've just told you are, देखो कहीं ऐसा भी मैचिंग हो गया. अभी भी स्कोर कर रहा हूं मैं बैट. अब इतना जबरदस्त बैटिंग कर सकते हो. You can score maximum in these 3 areas. These 3 areas are full of conceptual depth. Conceptual range भी है इसमें. अब ना, then we will talk about this, the other 3. For example, social cultural anthropology, like marriage, family, language, political systems, religion, economic systems. ये सब हम लोग देखते हैं. How people, practice agriculture, horticulture, ये सब. This is called social anthropology or social cultural anthropology. SCA for us. This is one part. I have actually divided the syllabus into 6 parts. So first 3 I have mentioned, 1, 2, 3. Not in that order, of course. 1, 2, 3. Now 4th क्या हो गया भाई? Social cultural anthropology. Number 5 is also your other, और एक भी आता है कि Indian society and culture. The top one वाला जो भी है, yeah, applied anthropology is a part of the social cultural anthropology only. Good that you have this basic grasp. And what exactly we study in this Indian anthropology, and that is Indian society and culture. We'll be talking about Indian ethnic elements. That means what kind of color of the skin we have, why this color of the skin is like that, why some people are white, why people are so black in color. What exactly is the reason behind this? What are the types of races or something that as portrayed by some scholars? Our languages, Indian languages, tribal languages also, caste system, and so many beautiful ideas we'll talk about in this area called Indian society and culture. In the last topic, that is tribal India, we'll be talking entirely about the tribes, Indian tribes, and what are these tribes and why we have to study this and all. Book also I'll suggest. Starting from the starting itself, you can go with Ember and Ember. Okay? There is a starting book called Ember and Ember. मैं बताता हूँ आपको. And questions are repeated, as you can see. Questions are repeated. It is highly scoring. It is consistently producing toppers, like a top 10 also. Sorry. And there are some other points, like it enables us to understand the society and culture better. Yeah, this is okay, but I don't suggest at the moment. Once we enter into the classes, you'll be getting super books than that. Very standard books we'll suggest. Immediately for a general understanding, you can study that. These are all called shortcut methods. Shortcut में जो जाने का shortcut हम लोग नहीं मानते. I don't suggest practically. I mean, आपको बुरा भी लग सकता है, लेकिन मेरा आदत है. I will ask my students, shall I speak frankly or not? Because ऐसे हम लोग ऐसे इतना साल से इसके ऊपर travel नहीं कर सकते. If we were not studying the standard books, we cannot speak like this. लेकिन आपको इतना ज्यादा मतलब हम लोग तकलीफ नहीं देंगे. We will be giving notes also, some handouts also, question and format handouts also. You'll be surprised and pleasantly surprised to know that we will be giving you the suggestions for some standard books, right? Some reference books. There are several types of books, in fact. Textbooks बोलते किसी को. There are some other books called as reference books. So we'll be giving you the ideas on the reference books also and textbooks also. And moreover that, notes will be given in several formats. One notes will be part of the slides. जो slide content होता है ना, वो होता है. Second होती है the dictated notes. Once in a while we'll be dictating. Dictation होता है. और third होता है the handouts, which we'll be sharing with you guys. And this will be the usually articles or journal articles, special newspaper से निकालते हैं, journal से निकालते हैं, standard sources से निकाल के आपको handouts बना के देते हैं. That is, you can even treat it as a material, right? And last but not the least, question and answer format का जो handouts होते हैं वो दिया जाता है. Not for every topic, but some selected topics. So your requirement is taken care of in a 360 degree manner. ये मैं starting में ही बोलना चाहूँगा आपको. Okay, guys. Then we'll go ahead. Then it will be useful in GS. Anyone with any academic background can choose this optional. It enables the development of a holistic personality, all-round personality. And as I told you, notes, we'll be talking on notes as well. And limited syllabus, diverse syllabus के बारे में तो हमने बोल दिया है. Okay, it has got 2 papers, and in 2 papers, I'll just give some brief idea here. And paper one has got 12 chapters. Paper 2 has got 9 chapters. And in this journey, approximately 60 to 70% of our time we will be spending on the paper 1 only, because paper 1 has got a lot of conceptual depth, not just the concepts in general, but the depth के साथ आपको पढ़ना होगा. That conceptual depth will be useful in paper 2. So our time in paper 2 will be reduced to 30 to 40%. So in the very beginning, I'm telling you, so it will not be 50-50. Though the marks are 50-50, but the effort that you put in paper 1 is more. उसके अंदर जो होती है ना, जो what do you call that? The terminology that we come across in the subjects is actually more in paper 1. That is the reason we have to spend more time there. So diverse syllabus तो मैंने बता दिया क्यों diverse बोला जाता है, because it has got 6 parts in this. 6 parts. All the 6 parts I will just repeat again. Then one is the biological part, the social cultural part, then is the thoughts, then archaeology, then Indian society and culture, and lastly tribal India. So all the parts we will be talking in detail, and we'll give a special treatment to the syllabus. And what is the special treatment? It is not mandatory for us to go in that particular sequence only, and it is for me to decide. Okay, please focus here. It is for me to decide whether I'll go by 1.1 like that, or I can start from other topic. And from whatever subject, whatever part I start, whether I start from social cultural anthropology, because in my scheme of things, I have divided the subject into 6 parts. Part 1 is our social cultural anthropology. I can start from here, or I can do with part 2, that is physical or biological anthropology. I'm just writing the first letters here. I can even start from the theories part, that is anthropological thought or theories. Number 4, I can go even from the archaeology or prehistory. Archaeology के साथ start कर सकता हूँ. And Indian society and culture, that is paper 2, completely paper 2. And tribal India, that is tribes. So these 2 actually predominantly are from paper 2 only. And these first three, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 are predominantly from paper 1. These are paper 1. These are from paper 1. And archaeology contains the content of the subject from both paper 1 and paper 2. So इसलिए इसका special treatment मांगता है. And I have divided the subject into 6 parts because of this. Okay, thank you very much. And that's the reason I told you from day 1 we'll go with 100% clarity. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम क्या करने जा रहे हैं, सबको बहुत बेहतरीन तरीके से हम लोग इसको understand करें. Sorry. In fact, these are the parts I wanted to actually tell you. ये सब आपको मैं show करना था. These are the parts. Introduction and social cultural anthropology, physical or biological anthropology, theories, prehistoric archaeology, Indian society and culture, and tribal India. I was talking about this aspect also, right, friends? Nature of questions, and they are direct. I've just picked up some questions from the recent years. You can see, if you see shaman, sorcerer, and medicine man, which has come in 2022, direct question. अभी 23 का add नहीं किया मैं, because I could not get that. This latest things we can update on as well. You'll also understand. And debate between formalist and substantivist or substantivist. This is also there in chapter 3. This is in chapter 5, paper 1. I'm writing. I'll write the chapter number, then paper number. Okay. Or rather paper number. Paper 1 is paper 1 like this, and chapter 5. This is paper 1, chapter 3. So direct questions. You can also see. Has anybody got the syllabus with you guys handy? आपके पास ये syllabus copy है अभी? So अगर है तो देख लीजिए. Great. आप देखो, आप clearly आपको direct words जो pick करके पूछ रहे हैं. Nothing great, इसको देखने के बाद आपको बहुत जबरदस्त तसल्ली हो जाएगी. Oh, then I need not worry about all these questions which people are saying. Change work कर रहा है. Actually, it is like a fear complex, right? Unnecessarily अगफाए फैला जाता है. पता नहीं क्या word exactly. अगफाए. I told you, 1 or 2 words I may be ऐसा कुछ use करता हूँ, लेकिन what I mean, you understand, right? They spread rumors and half-truths and assumptions. When we enter into this field, it's just like any field, the people who guide you are, you have to search them with torchlight. गली गली ढूंढकर आपको पकड़ना होता है. लेकिन जो ऐसे लोग आपको आमने सामने दिख जाते हैं, in huge numbers, they do not have the perfect knowledge and they will misguide you. They will spread all the stupid ideas in the market. So इसलिए हमारे उंगली पकड़ के चलो आप, जबरदस्त तरीके से आप नया पार कर दोगे. यहाँ पे देखो, the biocultural approach is a hallmark of biological anthropology. You see, again, paper 1, that is chapter 1.4 1.3 actually. Then marriage regulations and alliance theory, and both are asked from the same part, that is social cultural part. This is 2.3 paper 1, paper 1 2.3. This is paper 1 2.5. अब check कर लो. I got extraordinary command in the syllabus as well. पूरा syllabus मतलब एक point, एक topic मेरे को ऐसे ही simple direct दिमाग में पढ़ा के ऐसा exactly 2.5 kinship, 2.3 is marriage, 2.5 kinship. Check कर लो भानु नायक, right? Yeah. How do marriage rules impact gene pools of population? Marriage rules, again 2.3 paper 1. Direct question. आप ये देखो subject underline भी कर सकते हो pencil से. Define anthropology. Major branches of anthropology. Major branches. Again paper 1. Then again 1.3. Social cultural anthropology, biological or physical anthropology, linguistic anthropology, and archaeological anthropology. These are the 4 major branches of anthropology. Applied anthropology is also there, लेकिन वो बाद में add किया गया. They are not the earliest division. The earliest division was only into 4 types. Then now let us go to the second one, that is part 2. अगर part 2 को देखा जाए तो देखिए यहाँ पर भी direct questions है. Blood group systems. Now go to paper 1, go to 9.6, you will find this. Gene marker, genetic markers, blood groups, ये सब है. You can also check this. Then again, classic and progressive Neanderthals. Yes, classic and progressive Neanderthals. ये सब क्या है, कौन है? These are there in paper 1 and 1.6, chapter number 1.6. Erect posture, paper 1, 1.5. All these will come under physical or biological anthropology. Elucidate how Darwin and post-Darwinian theories of evolution have actually helped in the development of synthetic theory of evolution. These come under again chapter 1, paper 1, chapter 1.4. Elucidate the biological and cultural factors in human evolution, earlier 2016-15. यहाँ पर भी देखो chapter 1 again, sorry, paper 1, chapter 1.4. Got it, guys? So again, in physical biological anthropology, you can see straight questions are coming. Majority of the questions, in fact, nearly 90% of the questions, 85 to 90 भी बोल सकते हो. आराम से सीधा सवाल जो भी सिलेबस में है वो आ जाएगा. सभी देखो कौन बोला ये नया करके, कुछ भी नया नहीं है. ये chapter 6 है. Yes, part 3 contains, I have divided in my scheme of things, I told you, I have divided the subject into several parts. Part 3 is, I deal with, with only one area called chapter 6, called anthropological theories. इसको बोला गया anthropological thought करके also. It is also called as anthropological thought. You see, discuss the approaches of Leslie White, Julian Stewart, and Marshall Sahlins in the app. PPTs will be provided in the app. Yes, PPTs तो नहीं, लेकिन देखते हैं उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. Okay, because most of them will be recorded करके आप recording available है. और क्या चाहिए? Entire recording is there. You can actually click that. ऐसा क्या बोलते हैं उसको, pause करने पे पूरा दिखेगा. And you have to make your own notes. I'm telling you in the very beginning. Though we dictate notes, we provide notes, you may collect some more points, but ultimately you will write your own answer, my dear friend. Okay? Is that a clear thing? Because only your answer will stand out. Your answer means your notes, your own handwritten, your own notes. We will definitely give you all the inputs, best possible inputs for you. Now, similarly, you can see these names, Marshall Sahlins and Julian Stewart, and all these scholars' names in chapter 6 in the area called neo-evolutionism. In chapter 6 itself, neo-evolutionism. This is one theory. Yes. Yeah. he has got all the the luxury of playing with the thinkers. Thinker, अच्छा किया आपने याद दिलाया, जबरदस्त तरीके से एक फंडा बोलता हूँ, राइट? ये महाभारत और बाहुबली में क्या है भाई, एक कंपैरिजन करो. महाभारत में देख इतना जबरदस्त क्यों हिट हुआ. महाभारत इज लाइक इन हमारे तेलुगु में, आई हेल फ्रॉम हैदराबाद, आई एम तेलुगु मैन बेसिकली. हमारा तेलुगु में कहावत है, वेयर एवरीथिंग दैट इज देयर इन ह्यूमन लाइफ इज देयर इन महाभारत. Everything that is there in Mahabharata is there in human. Okay, so क्यों इतना जबरदस्त तरीके से वो पॉपुलर हुआ भाई? Great, thank you. Why it has become so popular? Because of the characters. है कि नहीं? Characters से कितना जबरदस्त character है. Superb story है, लेकिन characters भी जबरदस्त है. इसी तरह बाहुबली क्यों इतना जबरदस्त हिट हुआ? It's not because of the only story, the kind of characters. The hero, villain, and the typical mother's love, stepmotherly treatment later. Initially, ideal mother, later stepmotherly treatment, stepfather, and struggle for the power. These are all the characters present in the society. हमको connect करना मांगता है. हम easily connect कर देते हैं. Then story automatically you'll remember, right? Same thing I also prescribe to my students. You want to become score well in this subject. Don't go artificially about the concept. Concept तुम्हारे दिमाग में बैठेगा नहीं. Okay, thought will sit in your head only if you know the thinker. Thinker के मुंह से आता है ना वो. Thinker के दिमाग से आता है. Thinker को समझो पहले, then thought will become obvious to you. So I also play with the the thinkers. I enjoy this kind of the treatment. We give special treatment to the thinkers. And because of the thinkers only the subject has come. So subject किसके मुंह से आया भाई? Not just only in the theories part, but everywhere. We'll give first preference to the thinker. Automatically concept becomes your plaything. Similarly, देखो historical particularism निकल के आए सीधा syllabus से. Franz Boas also it has mentioned. They have mentioned clearly in the syllabus. Louis Morgan, again in classical evolutionism, his name comes. This man is a classical evolutionist. The very first school of thought, classical evolutionism. Then discuss various anthropological approaches to the theory of personality and culture. Culture and personality school, the same theories. Culture and personality school करके बोलते हैं उसको. Victor Turner and liminality. Victor Turner's name is there in symbolic and interpretive theories. Check once. If you want to just have an idea. Symbolic and interpretive theories. उसमें आते हैं नाम Turner, Geets, and Snyder. They have not given the full name, but the full name is Victor Turner. In this area, we will study about this man, Victor Turner, and what exactly is doing with this idea called liminality. Yes, perfect. Like this, Even part 3 has got straight questions. That is, anthropological theories have got straight questions. Prehistoric archaeology has got straight questions. Dating methods or dating techniques have been asked directly. And it has come as 10 markers in 2021. And this comes in chapter paper 1, chapter 1.6, 1.8, 1.8. Relative dating methods, same. Paper 1, chapter 1.8. Mesolithic rock art in Indian subcontinent. It has got, as I told only in this part 4, that is prehistoric archaeology. Both paper 1 and paper 2 come together. So ये part paper 1 में भी आता है, paper 2 में भी आता है. लेकिन when he has mentioned clearly Indian subcontinent, that means it comes under paper 2, chapter 1.1. Discuss the salient features of different traditions of European Mesolithic. Yes, this is about European Mesolithic. तो इंडिया में नहीं है, तो इसलिए हम जाते हैं पेपर 1 में और 1.8 में. You can compare every one of this. Clearly, straight questions. Similarly, describe the features of early forming cultures and the Neolithic in the Near East. Again, this is paper 1, 1.8. So I have given this special treatment to archaeology. It is actually called as prehistoric archaeology. Then what has been the contribution of tribal people to the Indian independence movement? This is actually paper 1 and again paper 2, 1.1. Last topic in 1.1. Contributions of tribal cultures to Indian civilization. Indian culture and civilization. करके रहता. तो वहां पे से examiner पूछा था. कहाँ पे? In prehistoric archaeology in our division of the subject part 4. So as per our division, our scheme of division, right, for the convenience and easy approach of the syllabus, we have done this idea. We have taken up this idea. What is that? Part 5. We have done this part also. Part 5. Indian society and culture. In this area also, questions have come directly. You can see that westernization and modernization in paper 2 and chapter 5. In fact, 5.3 directly. Identify the theoretical concepts that have emerged out of village studies in India. Again, paper 2, chapter 5.1, Indian village. Based on historical and contemporary evidences, discuss the future of the caste system in India. This is again paper 2. Chapter is 3.2. Explain the impact of Buddhism and Jainism on Indian society. Again, chapter 2, state question. This is 3.3. 3.4, sorry, 3.4. This is sacred complex is 3.3. Paper 2, 3.3. Nature, man, spirit complex 3.3. Both from paper 2 only. Paper 2. Like this, state questions gallery. State questions are is the common feature that you see in this kind of division. Tribal India, we are coming to the last part. Again, here also state questions. Educational attainment of the scheduled tribes. This is paper 2. Then first topic, that is chapter 6.1 in Tribal India. Tribal education problems relating to tribal education. This is tribal problems, that is paper 2, 6.2. Then indebtedness, same thing, same here, paper 2, 6.2. Impact of developmental projects. This is paper 2, 6.3. Okay, discuss the issue and solution related to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe populations in India. This has come from 7.1, paper 2, 7.1. Like this, again, straight questions. So everyone, wonderful, yes, absolutely. So like this, the way we go is absolutely focused and to the point, pinpointed. We have very strong grounding in our syllabus. We are very clear on the concepts, very clear on the topics, and we will study the subject like a story. It's a story, not any kind of academic ऐसा ही एक वन वे ट्रैफिक बोलना, आप रट्टा मारना, and कुछ मजा नहीं आता यार सब्जेक्ट में. जैसा मेरा मेरा कप ऑफ टी नहीं है. It's not my scheme of मेरा स्कूल नहीं है. And I was trying to say that yes, even questions are repeated regularly. If you take this, topic in paper 1, impact of urbanization, industrialization, and feminist movement on the family. That is paper 1, chapter 2.4. That is family. See here, feminist movement, feminist movement, feminist movement, feminist movement. 2002, when this was my last attempt actually, 2002. Then 2013, they have asked 2016, 2020. Every now and then, after every 2-3 years, they are asking. That means feminist movement is the most repeated area. I can easily see that. Repeated questions. Similarly, see here, another one, highly scoring. Why highly scoring है भाई? Because in some areas like physical anthropology, you can in fact score. So in some areas, in some questions, not all, in some questions, in fact, you can even score 100% marks. In sizable number of, in some other questions, you can score between 80 to 90% marks. Same thing is there with archaeological anthropology or archaeology. Archaeology may be a idea hai. You can score up to 90%, 80%, because very few people understand the actual requirement of the exam, especially with respect to these 2-3 areas. And thought is the most toughest for all of the people. Anthropological theories or the thoughts. यहाँ पर भी आपको on an average 80 to 80% maximum मिल सकता है. I'm talking about maximum marks. So maximum marks ये है, तो minimum marks क्या हो सकते हैं? Minimum, if you know the ABCD of the subject, if you write only the basics, you'll be given 45 to 50% marks. You'll get only for basics. Just get your basics right. Okay, and basics अच्छा लिखे, then उसको improvise करते गए, value addition करते गए, diagrams ये सब करते गए, and all that you can do with flow charts, diagrams, and illustrated diagrams, and those will fetch you 80 to 90% marks, and sometimes even 100% marks. So this, and also sometimes case studies. There is also an area called case studies in paper 2. Mostly you can write. In paper 1 also, I'll teach you how to write case studies in paper 1 as well. How you can crisscross, you can use the content from paper 1 and paper 2. How to write paper 2 wala content in paper 1, everything we will train you. With that, you can score Zabardast. आगे बढ़ते हैं हम लोग. And yeah, these are some facts I thought I'll share with you guys. Highest marks one lady has scored was 362 out of 500. Okay, in recent years only. Only some few students scored 350 plus, definitely, and some of the good numbers of the students score somewhere about 300, and some between 250 and 300, and very less, some less number of people score less than 250, but usually they will not get the name in the selection list because of the scoring potential they lose. And if you really go with our kind of strategies, you can fall in this, and you can see your name in the list, final selection list. Okay, ji. And anthropology is consistently producing toppers in the top 10. That is also there very clearly here. AIR 1B, AIR 2, 3, and top 10 in recent years. You guys know all these names. Shubham Kumar, 2020 topper 1. Durishetty 1, 2017. Akshat Jain 2, 2018. Yep. Like this. Akshat Jain, Uma Harati recently, Sachin Gupta, Mayur Hazarika, and Apala Mishra. So regularly you can see this these kind of ranks are coming. And this subject enables us to understand society and current affairs better. I was saying this. Okay. When you know anthropology, it enables us to understand the society also and current affairs better. I was talking about this Manipur crisis. Manipur crisis hai, and we'll understand it very easily now. Once you know the anthropological angle, what exactly is happening there, you will give a better answer than a GS student, okay, or a non-anthropology student. And there is another angle called, another issue now that is doing the rounds is gay marriages or same-sex marriages. Can they marry? Cannot they? Can they not marry? Can they adopt children? Cannot. All these questions have been addressed by the Supreme Court, right? So we'll be in a better position to understand this. We'll be also in a better position to understand live-in relationship. आप shock हो जाओगे. There are so many new traits that are coming up, new trends like through pull and all. You will not understand it right now. There is an idea that has developed recently called through pull. आपको मालूम है through pull क्या है? I guess you know what is couple. Couple तो मालूम है आपको. You know couple, and same idea you can put here through pull. It is not a very trend, basic big trend, but एक दो जगह अभी देखने को मिल रहा है. ऐसे चीजों को हम लोग जबरदस्त तरीके से अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे, right? And it is useful in GS, as I told you. Indian society, as far as GS1 is concerned, Indian society, we can understand our demography better, our social issues better, and developments in Indian social society, social system, we can understand better. Governance, we can understand better. And in the polity, constitutional provisions, like right from preamble, we'll talk about Article 14, Article 15, Article 16, 17. Then there are several articles like 29, 30, then so many provisions, 5th schedule, 6th schedule, 9th schedule. Okay. And also there is an idea called social justice in GS2. Issues relating to development and management of the social sector or services, and issues relating to poverty and hunger, we can understand better with an anthropological knowledge, because we have in our syllabus SCs का भी है, STs का भी है. We have a discussion on OBCs as well. So many dimensions we'll touch upon. We'll also talk about the caste system. So through that you'll understand all these things better. Only with anthropology, again and again I'm reiterating, only with anthropological knowledge you can appreciate our society excellently, right? And point number 8, I want to say, anyone with any background, academic background can choose anthropology without any doubt. आंख बंद करके जा सकते हैं इसके अंदर, मैं दिलासा दे सकता हूँ. Yeah, so anyone with any background, in fact, more than 60% or 70% of my students are from engineering. You'll be shocked and surprised. There are even doctors, there are architects, there are chemical engineers, there are accountants, there are teachers, MBA वाले हैं, arts वाले हैं, सभी लोग हैं भाई. लेकिन यहाँ पे देखो, you'll be shocked, 70%, sometimes 60% of my students are engineers. Then what are they doing here? The moment they start attending some classes and seeing the syllabus, they're reading the basic books, they will start entering into the depth of the subjects. And it will enable the development of a holistic personality. Why, Baba? How can it be possible? Because as I told you in the very beginning, what is anthropology? It's a 360-degree discipline. It studies humans from all the angles, just like a sun throwing his rays all around the world. It studies the human biology, human culture. As I told you, human society. In this human society, so many aspects like your human family, human marriage systems and practices, marriage rules, regulation, like cousin marriages, right? Cousin marriages, etc. We'll talk about that. Then there is human economic organization, how humans live as hunter-gatherers, how they live as pastoralists, how they are leading their life as agriculturists. And what about their political systems? What about their religion and magic? their festivals, their language. Now देखो अभी देखो घूम फिर के हम लोग एक जबरदस्त तरीके से एक 360 डिग्री घूम के आए कि नहीं, right? Like this, in once we complete this subjects, you also develop this holistic personality. You start looking at the reality from several angles. You don't come to knee-jerk reactions or fast conclusions. अभी ऐसे झट के में एक conclusion में आ जाना, prejudicial view लेके नहीं चल रहा है. ये लोग सभी लोग ऐसी हैं, औरत लोग सभी ऐसी हैं, मर्द लोग सभी ऐसी हैं. All the women are like that. All the North Indians are like that. All the South Indians are like that. All the Western fellows are like that. We cannot generalize, correct? And it is easier said than done. But when we only add anthropological knowledge to that, touch to that, then you'll actually start looking the world towards the world in this manner. आपको जबरदस्त तरीके से समझ में आएगा. अच्छा, this is the actual viewpoint. This is the way you have to relate. And all the people who have got their strained relations with you, they will start coming near to you. You will start approaching them. They start all the जो होता है ना, misunderstandings and all, they'll be gone. You'll be a better communicator. You'll be a better listener. You can see how many benefits are coming. You'll score excellently in the personality test. Last जो होते हैं भाई, what is that test called? It's not interview. Many people think it's interview. No. In fact, it is not a question answer session, my dear. Last stage in this exam is the personality test. It is an interactive test. It is not an interview. No, they are not trying to test your knowledge or all that. No, knowledge is already tested in prelims and mains. It is not interview, as I said. They want to interact with you. How are you able to interact? Only when you listen properly. No, most of the people on this earth, not just a interview board of UPSC. No, I'm not talking about that. In fact, more than 80%, more than 90% parents do not listen to the other person properly. आपको shock हो जाएगा ये statement सुन के. And now you think, अरे ये बहुत सर थोड़ा बड़ा चढ़ा के नहीं बोल रहे क्या? But when you enter into the depths in our subjects, you'll agree 100% with me. You say, sir, 100% you're right. Most of the problems in this world come through because of this. Otherwise, world would have been a best place. No, आप जो बोलना चाह रहे, आदमी सामने वाला ठीक से सुनना ही नहीं दे रहे, सुन रहा ही नहीं भाई. And how can he or she take up a good action? So you'll be a better listener. When you listen better, you can talk better. When the input is correct, the output will be correct. When the input is wrong, output will be wrong. So the input-output का जो होता है ना, ये सिलसिला, only with anthropology it will become beautiful. It will become, excellent kind of a thing. Can't even imagine now. It is just like the very introduction. No, you'll not even understand this. Yes, as I told you, notes and material is available. We will be giving you notes. We'll be giving you ideas as to how to make notes, what to read, what not to read, how to cull the information, how to write case studies, how to relate to the current affairs. Even ये सब हम लोग एड्रेस करेंगे. ठीक है? So why Vijaya Sarathy? ये तो होंगे भाई. बहुत सारे highlights हैं इधर. Transformative pedagogy, keyword approach. This is the most highlight. Even if you read my reviews online, most of my students will be using this. Sir का एक approach है, keyword approach. देखना ही पड़ेगा आपको. आप experience करके देखना. ऐसे अभी starting में मैं बोल नहीं सकता उसको. It is transformative pedagogy. Okay. It is not informative. मैं information से आपको fill नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Because information is available everywhere, right? हाँ जी, है कि नहीं? Information हर जगह available है. तो अगर information available है, तो हमारा क्या फायदा है? I mean, what is the role of a teacher? Teacher should transform you. With little information, you can write maximum. That is my fund. You learn something, you become expert in that, try to improvise on that. Instead of dumping yourself on your head the loads and loads of information and getting lost in the information. Mera funda nahi hai. It's not my cup of. I will train you in such a fashion that you become master of communication. It is integrated dealing of the subjects, like holistic study, right? Updated value addition, value added notes. Each chapter begins with this kind of, this beautiful overview and all. Stress on answer writing skills. Commentary style. This is another highlight. Aapko samajh mein aayega when you go into the text. Organic linkages with current affairs. Anthropological pedagogy and all types, and perspective on all the topics. And important topics. Student-centric mentorship. I will make you think. You put yourself in the center. Then how to do that? It's not so easy. It is easier said than done. And last but not the least, exam orientation preparation. And many more. Abhi bolne ka bhi acha nahi lagta. There are so many things that are coming up in our discussion. And we will be also focusing on paper 2 as well. Thank you. And now I can take your doubts. You can speak up. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's a very simple thing. Aram se de sakta hu. Expected questions, how to frame questions also. I'll give you training in how to frame questions on your own. Whole subject completion के लिए होती है भाई. Minimum तो आपको लगेगा 5 to 6 months. It will take minimum 5 to 6 months. Minimum, I'm telling you. Okay. And it can go up to even 9 months, 8 to 9 months for a value added, right? Exam ready. Exam ready matlab like zabardast performance ke liye to 8 to 9 months dena padega. We are planning in the first week of November. Classes starting will be first week of November. Hope you got all the doubts cleared and assumptions you got addressed. Standard book to initially you can download the older version of Ember and Ember. It is available in the PDF. कहीं आप मार लो. किसी को मतलब तकलीफ है उसको purchase करना, because this Ember and Ember new version will be available at some cost about 800 rupees ऐसा होता है. Okay. And Nadeem Hasnain ये सब पुराने हो चुके हैं. I don't suggest that. Nadeem Hasnain है. That is very old book and is not updated, and I don't suggest. मेरा notes काफी है इसके लिए. Difference between sociology and anthropology is both study actually the social aspects of humans like religion, family, marriage, caste system, all that. But difference is they study the mainstream societies. Yeah, the notes देंगे हम लोग. I'll be talking about that in the coming days. Okay, notes will be given. As I told you, many forms of the notes will be given. Right, let me complete this. Sociology studies the complex societies predominantly. Anthropology studies simple societies predominantly. Yes, I'll give you model answers while writing the questions and evaluate our answers. Yes, that will be done on a weekly basis usually. Okay. And आप आंख मैंने बोला ना एक बार इधर आने के बाद देरी है लेकिन अंधेरे नहीं. हमारे पास देर है लेकिन अंधेर. देर मतलब not very this thing. अच्छा ये भी बोलना है हमको. I have good deal of patience and I spend time on a quality material, quality classes, quality discussions, quality treatment. Not जल्दी ऐसा भागने का नहीं. अगर किसी को जल्दी है जल्दबाजी है तो kindly excuse me. ये जो होता है ना, when people do all the things fast, they'll neither learn something correctly, they'll even go and spoil the entire idea about anthropology or for that matter any सब. जल्दबाजी में अब आप सोच रहे हो ना वो नहीं होगा इधर. आप गांठ बांध लो. Okay. And thank you very much guys. Hope I'm very clear in all these areas. Yeah. हो जाएगा. It is all, see in the class if I tell you half of the preparation is over in the class, क्या बोलोगे बॉस? थोड़ा ज्यादा लगता है आपको? It looks like an exaggerated statement, but yes, because of the conceptual clarity, the way we treat the subject, approach, keyword approach, story-like pedagogy, interactive sessions, most of the subject is done in the classes. You have to only revise it regularly and do some writing practice. You'll be ready for that in 2024. And how many? We will talk about that. We'll be talking about that. And if you search my name, my number, everything is available. There are pura information available. Okay. Thank you, guys. Hope this interactive session helped. And we'll see you each other very soon. And I'm ending the show. Thank you. Take care. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm ending the session here, guys. Thank you, Gaurav, Umadi Sudhakar, Anusha, Adil, and I don't remember all the names. Banu Naik, and yeah, take care, everyone. Yeah, Vipul Yadav. Well, I'm ending the session here, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Good night. Yeah, that you can find out from your friends there. In our with admin people there. संभव हम लोगों से पूछ लीजिए आप और दिया तो ट्रस्ट से भी आप पता कर सकते हैं. It is actually very affordable, reasonable. Yeah, correct. Absolutely. We'll keep it the thing that the best comes to you. Best is the best of the best. Thank you. Okay, guys. I'm ending this